نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We greet you from my daughter's home in Sheffield, in Britain, on what could be the last day of the month of Safar. We have just about 2 hours left for Salatul Maghrib, and then we know whether or not this is the end of Safar. We greet you with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And seldom do we have good news to share with you. But today, once all there is good news that the President of Russia, President Vladimir Putin, who is a Christian, who is an Orthodox Christian, who believes in the Trinity, who worships Jesus as the Son of God, both of which are condemned in the Qur'an. This president visited Chechnya recently and was presented with a copy of the Qur'an. And President Putin kissed the Qur'an in public. Would you say of such a man he's a kafir unless you're an idiot? Unless you're a total idiot? He's showing respect for the Book of Allah. Rather than call him a kafir, put some sense in your head. The man is showing respect for the Qur'an. And when the head of state in Russia kisses the Qur'an in public, it indicates that the whole of Russia tomorrow will show respect for the Qur'an. The whole of Russia. Don't you have any sense in your head with your Putin this and Putin that and Assad this and Assad that? You're a waste of time. It's time for people to push you away. Go and leave us alone with your nonsense. You cannot say that all Christians are kuffar. Yes, many of them are kuffar, particularly in the Western world. But Allah says, Laysu sawa, and they are not all the same. Amongst them there are those who are believers. And when you see a man picking up, a Christian picking up the Qur'an and kissing it, that is the sign that in that man's heart there is something good. And instead of calling him a kafir, you should rather use wisdom. Wisdom to welcome that man, welcome these people who are now on a road leading to eventually accepting the Qur'an as the word of one God. When they accept the Qur'an as the word of God, they'll be like the Christian king of Abyssinia, who our prophet performed the Salatul Janazah for him when he died, even though he worshipped Jesus as the Son of God, and it is kufr and it is shirk in the Qur'an. It is kufr, it is shirk in the Qur'an. It is kufr, it is shirk in the Qur'an. Yet our Prophet performed the Salatul Janazah for him. Because if you accept the Qur'an as the word of God, you are not a kafir anymore. Yes, you have misguidance, but the Qur'an can eventually take you out of that misguidance and bring you to the right path. When Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns, when Jesus comes back to this world and he declares that the Qur'an is the word of God, every follower of Jesus will now believe in everything that the Qur'an says about Jesus. Every single one of them. Are you waiting for that day to happen? Or will you join with me? Let us go to these Christians, not with a dagger in our hand, these are kuffar. No, with wisdom, and take the Qur'an to them, and eventually get them to accept the Qur'an as the word of God. That is the road of wisdom, not kuffar. That is the road of stupidity, of people who have no wisdom, because the Christian king did worship Jesus, did believe in the Trinity, But he believed that the Qur'an was the word of God. So he was not a kafir. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.